All right, welcome back, family. Hi, welcome to another edition of Melanie Diamond News. We're gonna go ahead and get it started. Today is March 15th, 2021 as I get ready to head to work. All right. So look at them. Look at some the S&P, the futures. S&P is down. Dow is up. Nasdaq is down, and Russell 2000 up. So futures are mixed going in right now. All right. All right. So we go and look over to some other markets. FTSE 100 is still sitting unchanged right now. The Nikkei 225 is up big. All right. Take a look at some of the cryptos. All right, look at Bitcoin is taking a little dive. It did reach 60,000, then it took a little bit of a dive over the weekend. So look at the futures markets. All right, and CMC Crypto 200 is up as well too. All right, so it looks like everything is mixed right now. All right, so we go and take a look at the 10-year bond. The 10-year bond is very important. Keep an eye on that one. Let's keep rising. The VIX is down, running down. The GBP to the US dollar and currency is running up, and the US dollar to Japanese yen is running up as well too. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the precious metals here. This is from Kitco.com. Look at the far the market looks for. Was looking at from YahooFinance.com. All right, look at gold. Gold is running down as well. It's been getting beat down from a high of over 2,000 last year. All right, look at silver. Silver's running down as well. Platinum is up. Palladium is down, and rhodium is sitting at 22,000 asking. All right. All right, so let's go and look at the markets. The markets and the precious metal price. We're going to get into the stories. All right, and here we go with a big one. All right, this is from ZeroHedge.com. We're hungry. Violent protests erupts as Lebanon hyperinflation accelerates. All right, this is more of an ongoing saga that's been going on with Lebanon since 2018. All right, when their currency have collapsed. All right. All right, now let's get into Lebanon. Despite government attempts to crack down on illicit trade, Lebanon's currency collapse has accelerated. Is with it the economy and the people's living standards. It appears Lebanese people have had enough and widespread protests. The biggest nation's threat to the stability since the 1975 1990 Civil War, 15-year Civil War they had in Lebanon. All right. What's going on in Lebanon? Their currency had collapsed. Their standard of living is going down. They rely heavily on imports, and they've recently, with their currency collapsing, they've had to rely on dollars or the other foreign currencies to keep up to buy goods and services because it takes a wheelbarrow of their currency to get in by some of the simple products of the everyday life. All right. So if you can see here, this picture. This is what's going on in Lebanon right now. All right. This is just more and more what's going on. If you think it can't happen here, it can happen here. All right, long lines is bank. You got people looting everything, trying to they can't even afford the basic goods. So when people lose everything, they lose it. All right, scroll down. This is the bank lines. All right, this has happened here before in the country, and it will happen here again. All right, just because it's happening overseas don't mean it won't happen here, all right? Long line, this is banks, this currency has crashed, all right? Bank runs begin, all right? So they're having a hard time over there in Lebanon right now. So let's just pay attention to Lebanon, what's going on there. That's just a precursor of what's coming here to the U.S., all right? All right, another article from ZeroHedge.com. And as predicted, more California cities experiment with hero pay, leading to predictable results. All right, there was another story in the past, but we waited for more confirmation on that one. What they call hero pay for grocery for people working the service the grocery industry. All right, they were forcing these businesses to pay. They were pass cities were passing the ordinances on their own of forcing groceries to pay extra pay, hero pay, even if the grocery stores were in markets where they were not doing too well or outright failing. So what happened was when they made that ordinance to make these groceries pay extra to their work to their employees, guess what? The groceries just shut them down. All right. Like this city here, the Long Beach, California, passed the city council passed the ordinance requiring hero pay, and that immediately resulted in two Kroger stores in the area closing their doors permanently, putting hundreds out of work. See, this is what happens. Most of these politicians, they never ran a business in their lifetime. Some of these places were barely holding on. Some of them were doing good, but if you force them to make pay that they cannot afford to pay, they just go ahead and shut them down anyway, and just made a bad situation even worse. All right. It's what happens when you got politicians who never ran a business before. They think they know what all. They think they big and bad, and they don't understand this businesses that nowadays are barely holding on. All right, because people not going out and spending excess money like they used to. All right. And then for our, let me close that down for our final story here today and this morning. All right. U.S. companies face record 10.5 trillion in debt. Here's what you know about the corporate bond bubble. All right. In what loony bin world do corporations get to accumulate $10.5 trillion in debt? All right. This is all U.S. companies. All right. This is from CNBC.com. All right. This is them corporate. Our companies are zombie companies. All right. They're just living off vampirism. They're feeding off the endless bubble of corporate money that the U.S. government is giving to them, funded by we the taxpayers. All right, this is unbelievable, and this cannot withstand. If you don't think the U.S. is headed for a financial crash of every proportions, all right, think about that one. U.S. companies have $10.5 trillion in debt. All right, the U.S. government official debt is well over $159 trillion. All right, don't let that cut. Don't let that other debt fool you. Talking we're nearing 30 trillion. No, with all the unfunded liabilities and everything that's coming about, it's north of $159 trillion. All right, but that's government debt. Look at the corporate debt, 10.5 trillion. In what world? What's going on that they are still allowed to exist in the market? All right, unless they're being propped up with taxpayer money. All right, and there are other charts that I will show on the next broadcast where if and this was done by several folks that are a lot smarter than I am, where if they were to give everybody all of the $1.9 trillion, all right, everybody would have got it. Each single man, woman, and child in this country would have had about 57 to I think $5,900 a piece. All right, but they funneled the money away. They laundered it. They gave away to everybody and their mama. So everybody got a piece, and we, the taxpayers, we got the breadcrumbs. All right. But getting back to this story here, U.S. companies are in debt. They're in heavily debted mode. They can't pay. They forced to go to the government saying, give us more money, or we'll lay off our employees. Meanwhile, they get the money from the government, and then they still lay off employees. All right. Or just outright fire them. All right. So with that being said, thank you for joining us in another edition of Melanie County News. We want to thank you for keep supporting us. Go ahead, if you like what you see, go ahead and look it up, because we just put the stories out. We just wanted you to go ahead and confirm the stories. Look it up for yourself. All right, please look it up. All right. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us in another edition of Melanie County News. Once again, become your own best banker. Become your own savings and loans. Become your own credit union. You're your own best banker. Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get that barter system started with your neighbors. Get your communities together, barter system together. Go ahead and start that barter system with other communities. Get it all together. Remember, all politics starts local. Once again, thank you for joining another edition of Melanie County News. Let's get it started.